Gun violence. We cover it every day. Mass shootings. We've had 2 in Texas the past year. So how do police connect a criminal to a gun, and how long does it take? News 4 troubleshooter Emily Baucum traveled the country to find out why most of the searching is done by hand.
Who's to say he's not going to do it again?
Lori Rocha won't rest until she knows who shot and killed her son Aaron, the victim of random road rage.
I want justice. My son deserves justice.
Police never found the gun. When they do, the gun is traced from manufacturer to seller to buyer.
They've built in a level of anonymity on purpose to protect the consumer and the lawful gun owner.
The race to find criminals versus the politics of guns. And sitting at the tipping point of the scale, the small town of Martinsburg, West Virginia.
So right here we're in the ATF National Tracing Center.
ATF program manager Neil Trotman says everything that happens here is guided by federal law.
That we cannot establish any sort of a database of names of the purchasers of firearms or firearms ownership in the country. So there's no national registry or database of who owns what gun.
In other words, you can't type a name into a computer and immediately solve a crime.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are surprised. Sometimes law enforcement doesn't even realize that there's a whole manual process.
ATF National Tracing Center.
Tracers make 1,500 calls a day.
We got a firearm trace that's under investigation.
To active gun dealers. Stores that have gone out of business must send their records to the tracing center. Digital forms are de-digitized. Paper forms
So this is receiving
are sorted by hand.
Recently we had a large retailer go out of business. We were receiving records by the tractor trailer load.
Everywhere you look, boxes, 10,000 boxes inside the building. After that, the floor starts buckling, so the rest are kept outside in storage containers.
This is record of receipt of every firearm.
There are more than 20 of these containers, each with nearly 1,000 boxes, each of them with about 3,000 pages inside, all needing to be scanned. These machines handle several 100,000 records per day.
These are not scanned in any kind of a searchable format. These are just static images.
Tracers flip through the digital photos one at a time, looking for a serial number provided by police.
But we treat every trace request as if that's going to be the piece of information that's going to solve that crime for that law enforcement agency.
Urgent traces like mass shootings, it's all hands on deck. Information is found within 24 hours. Routine traces take 10 days, longer than the ATF would like, but speeding up the system and making it digital.
We're not looking for a national registry of firearms by any means.
Store owner Jonathan Hirsch says that could threaten gun rights.
We've seen gun turn-ins and gun confiscation in other countries. And I mean, that's fundamental to who we are as a people, and we don't want any erosion of that.
I'll keep fighting for justice until my very last breath.
Rocha, the grieving mother, joined Moms Demand Action, a group pushing for a modernized tracing system to solve gun crimes faster.
It's not about taking people's guns away at all. It's about making it safer.
Meantime, the ATF is getting more trace requests than ever before, and the agency maintains it has to steer clear of politics and work within the guidelines and regulations of federal law. I'm News 4 troubleshooter Emily Baucum.